Okay, great evening, everyone. Let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes before we get started. I hope this semester has treated you well. Okay, so and yeah, I saw Yuyi here. So today is Yuyi's presentation. And yeah, we got a lot of actually exciting news, but I don't want to don't want to talk about them now. That we'll find a better time. But what I foresee, there are multiple great news from several of the audience, several of the members at the interest group. So we will disseminate those good news to the group as soon as as soon as we have the time and perfect opportunity. Okay. Maybe we should wait for 1 or 2 minutes. And I know people are very busy at this time. It's almost the end of the semester, and we try to wrap up things. There's finals, the project has the deadline. But no, this is no, think about the silver lining, right? We are almost the end of the semester, and we have a lot of exciting things waiting ahead of us. Hopefully, besides your projects, which never end, but we do have some things to celebrate. Definitely make sure that you take a time to rest a little bit. Even if just binge watch a few TV series, Netflix, or hanging out with your friends or family members, or visit somewhere you've never been to. Think about some things you could do that is different than what you usually do during the semester. I would say that would be a good farewell gesture to the year 2023. And those activities could refresh you and give you good spirit for hugging the upcoming year of 2024. Okay, I think we should get started. I know we have a few new members joining us. Kakada, he joined us. You joined us last time, but we didn't have time to introduce you. So Kakada, do you want to briefly introduce yourself?
Sure. Good evening, everybody. My name is Kakada. I'm a PhD student at the School of Social at the Brown School. Wanted to say I study aging. Been using ChatGPT to help me draft new ideas for, research papers. And also mainly right now I use ChatGPT for Stata code because now it write code faster than me. Actually, it write code faster than anybody, right? Anyway, it's just a lot easier than going to UCLA website and try to find a code to do, a thing. And then now it's just write that thing down in a natural language, and then it gives you what you want. And you paste 95% of the time, based on my experience, the code run perfectly. So that's probably the most helpful thing about this tool. Yeah, again, good to see everybody.
Great. Yeah, thank you, Kakada, for the introduction. Yeah, I remember when we first met, you talk about experiences of using ChatGPT for Stata coding, right? So that I've never actually used the ChatGPT for Stata coding, but I use that for a lot of R programming and Python programming and JavaScript.
Yeah.
So great. Yeah, that's wonderful experience to have. Okay, so welcome, and we have Helen. Helen. Is that Helen? Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi. Um, Hi everyone. I'm Helen Etiale. I'm a first year PhD student at the Brown School, and I'm in the public health sciences track. And I've joined only probably once in the past. It's a while back, so I'm happy to join you all again today. Thank you.
Okay, great that you find some time. Definitely. No, we will have new topics every other week. So you're welcome to come back.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Great, yeah, of course. And Ben, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Yeah, I'm a little bit red. I just got back from a run, but I am happy to be here and happy to see you all. I'm really into this. I'm a second year epibiostat specializer in the MPH program at the Brown School, and was in Dr. On's deep learning class this past semester, and we'll be doing machine learning and systematic reviews next semester as well. So I'm excited about that. And then I guess what I use it for right now is I do research on the spatial epidemiology of overdose with Phil Murata at the Brown School. And so we do a lot of mapping and kind of bounce between like R, Python, QGIS, ArcGIS. And so it's been actually remarkably successful in like QGIS, because even though there's not code, it's helping lay out the directions for that. So that's been cool too. But
Fantastic. Yeah. Welcome, Ben. So Ben has been with me for the entire semester. And yeah, we are looking forward to the trip to systematic review, meta-analysis, and machine learning. So you took that in the hard way, right? You learned the deep learning first and then machine learning. But then the benefit is that you have an easier time when you transition back into the fundamentals. Okay, fantastic. Have I missed any new member? I couldn't really see. I think probably yeah. So we no we probably don't have time to introduce all of our old members. But so we'll find other time that we can all introduce ourselves. We know there are a few other people who just joined our interest group, but won't be able to come today. So we'll find a better time to have a group introduction. Okay, so without further time waiting, let's welcome Yuyi, who is going to give us a talk on how we can leverage the power of AI for helping us, for tutoring us, and working with us as an intelligent research assistant plus personal tutor.
Hi, good night, everyone. Could you see my screen? Okay. So yeah, it's our exploration to harnessing the power of GPTs for personal tutoring. So in this talk, we'll delve into how GPTs are revolutionizing the realm of personal tutoring. We'll discover how these AI models are not just complementing, but enhancing the learning experience. So let's begin by understanding the evolution of personal tutoring. Traditional methods, while effective, often face challenges such as inconsistent tutor quality, limited personalization, and accessibility issues. But AI-enhanced tutoring methods can overcome traditional limitations by offering interactive, data-driven experiences that are both scalable and adaptive, making the quality education accessible to all. So understanding the essence of personal tutoring is crucial. A personal tutor excels in individualized instruction, tailoring teaching to each student's unique needs. They provide comprehensive academic support, including in-depth explanations and homework help. Importantly, they offer feedback, building confidence and motivations, and demonstrate adaptability, continuously involving their teaching strategies to meet challenging needs. So if we want to build our own AI personal tutors, we need to mirror these functionalities. So AI tutors should provide extensive educational support covering diverse topics and help students understand complex concepts. And they need to assess with homework, offer study and revision aids. And these functionalities are essential in replicating the nuanced and adaptive nature of human tutoring. So finally, the advantages of AI tutoring are manifold. They offer unparalleled accessibility and flexibility, available 24/7 across multiple devices, and AI tutor excel in providing personalized learning experiences, adapting to individual learning styles. They encourage lifelong learning and provide a safe and judgment-free learning environment, especially beneficial for those hesitate in traditional classroom settings. As we delve further into the realm of AI tutoring, let's introduce a groundbreaking advancement, GPTs. It's a new area in personalized AI. These custom versions of ChatGPT are designed to cater to specific purpose, enhancing daily life, work, and even like leisure activities. So imagine creating a GPT that can teach you the rules of board games, help yourself with math, or even design your WeChat or Instagram avatar. You don't need any coding skills to build one, whether it's for personal use within companies or schools, or for the broader community. Creating a GPT is as simple as starting a conversation. So moreover, GPTs come with versatile functionalities. They can search the web, create images, analyze data, and much more. So what GPT-4 can do, GPT-S also can do. And these capabilities are readily accessible and customizable to fit our specific narrow needs. So what you need to do is just train them with your own set of data and give it your own set of instructions. And if you decide to share them, you can share them publicly, or you can just keep it privately to interact with your own data. And these are meant to be very specific version of ChatGPT with very narrow focus. And as for the future, GPTs are continuously enhancing for real-world applications, making incremental advancements toward sophisticated AI agent system. So let's now explore why these GPTs are exceptionally suitable for creating personal tutors. So building the versatility of GPTs, we see immense potential in their application as personal tutors. The key lies in their ability to customize for specific education needs, tailoring their capabilities to various learning styles and requirements. And with their interactivity and engagement, GPTs can transform the learning experience. They create dynamic conversational environments where students can actively participate through like Q&A sessions, exercises, and the practical examples. So access to diverse educational resources and the round-the-clock availabilities are also other significant advantages. And the personalized feedback and the support are the heart of GPT-driven tutoring. These AI tutors can provide customized feedback based on student interactions, assisting with homework, study preparation, and revision in a way that resonates with each learner. So furthermore, GPTs create a safe and inclusive learning environment and foster the potential for lifelong learning, which I have talked before. So importantly, these advancements are community-driven. Contributions from a diverse range of creators ensure that these AI tutors are continuously enhanced, aligning with real-world educational needs and expectations. And in these slides are some specific GPTs that are related to personal tutoring. These are just a few examples among many, showcase the diverse and impactful applications for GPTs in personal tutoring. And I will share the slides after this talk so you can click some or maybe all of the links and test them by yourself. So now let's move to the practical part. So for the practical part, I will show you how to do it yourself. So after you go to ChatGPT website, you could go to the Explore tab on the left side. As long as you have the GPT Plus version, the Explore tab, we need to wait for some time. Yeah. And the first is my GPTs, which built by myself for different use cases. And then these are recent use. And next are some examples OpenAI built for us to test out. So these are some official GPTs we can take a look. Like the game time is that I can quickly explain board games or card games to players of any age. And this one is called Center. It's quite interesting. It's very narrow purpose. It's just to help with festive gift ideas. It wasn't there last time, maybe last week I opened this page. It seems that OpenAI found that many people worry about picking out gifts every Christmas, so it put these GPTs on the shelves. This is also consistent with what I mentioned before. Like one of the advantage of GPTs is that it is community driven and it can be customized for temporary needs. So right now, let's press create GPT and do by ourselves. Yeah, then click create GPT, and you will find the steps are really simple to build a fundamental GPTs. You have two tabs, create and configure. Configure is more advanced, and create will go through first. The right side is the preview. So it said, hi, I'll help you build a new GPT. You can say something like, make a creative who helps generate visual for new products, or make a software engineer who help format my code. What would you like to make? So let's test. I'm going to say, I want to create a GPT to help me learn US health policy. It should have functions like understanding complex concepts, answering my questions, offering quizzes, and engaging in this question to enhance my learning. Okay, let's see. It will take about half a minute to generate. Yeah, it's a great choice. Let's give this GPT a unique name that reflects its purpose. How about Health Policy Navigator? Does this name work for you? I'll say yes. And the second thing it will do is to generate a profile picture by DALL-E for you. So you can see after it generated in the preview part. Okay, I don't know why it generated this one. But if you want to add your own, you can click the configure and to upload photo. But for this test, I will say, okay. Yeah. So then actually it's going to create the conversation starter. It's these 4 questions here. So as you can see, the 4 sections right here, it's a good way for students to just click one of them, And to get the conversation going, you can also go to the configure tab and see the conversation start here and just adjust them, like expand ACA and everything else. So, and then now it said, now let's refine the context of your GPT. What specific topics in US health policy should be knowledgeable about? This can include areas like healthcare laws, insurance systems, public health initiative, or recent policy changes. Let me know which topic you like to focus on. I would say maybe health law. And insurance system. We have health policy navigator focus on healthcare laws and insurance system. Now, how should it handle situations where it needs more information to answer questions? Should it ask for clarification or make an educated guess based on content? I would say ask for clarification. So through these conversations, GPT will help you build your own GPTs step by step. But for this method, it lacks of a little bit your own idea. It's just lead by the GPT builder. So we will talk about how to write your own instruction later. But now we are almost here. How would you like the health policy navigator to express personally? Should it be formal or professional, friendly or approachable, or perhaps mix of both? That's what it asks its tone. So I would say it's like casual and approachable. That might be a good tutor. Yeah, and you can always click the configure to edit the instructions here. And if you tutor it based on textbook, so you can also add some other like instruction here. I will upload the textbook later, so I will add always refer to my own data set first. That will help it to first navigate your own knowledge database and then search from web or using their own model. So for me, I will upload the files. I will choose this introduce to US health policy. So for custom knowledge base, you can upload up to 10 different files. But from my testing, the files can be 100,000 words or less, better less than 5,000 KB. It's better that the PDF are, most of them are texts, but less are photos. So that kind of textbook works better for GPT, and it also makes sense. So if you would like to take a look at the book, it have most of them are text. So this kind of book works better, and it has 316 pages. And it will summarize. It can summarize each chapter and give you the answer. It works great. But for another GPT I test, I create an epidemiology GPT, and the textbook are so large, so it actually will take me a lot of time to analyze the texts, and sometimes it will not give me the response. But for this one, it looks good. So
so you just a quick clarification. So do you know exactly the limit is on the number of tokens or the size of the file or both?
I'm not sure. I think the size, it's, you can upload up to, like I have already uploaded 200 MBs file into it.
Okay.
It also can read, but it just didn't analyze that well. So I think for better use, we need to control it less than 100,000 words.
That makes sense. Yes, it probably has a limit regarding the number of tokens. So some of you may know that the most recent version of GPT-4 now can incorporate more than I think 120,000 tokens at one time. So it's a lot larger, 10 times larger than the original version of GPT-4, which can only handle 8,000 tokens. But there's probably still a limit. But in terms of what you mentioned here, if it is a size issue rather than a token issue, for example, you have a textbook that is a scan of images, right? Although it's text, but it's a scan of images rather than PDF, then it's going to take a lot of space, right? In this case, I think a better approach is to, using the OCR, to digitize the scan version, especially if you have older textbooks that have native images. It's much better to convert them into text through OCR before feeding into GPT model. So it can save a lot of space. Maybe you have a few gigabytes, but then you can downsize that to maybe less than 1 megabyte. That is mainly because the TXT file is very small usually, but the images are a lot larger. So yeah, great. Let's go on.
Okay, so let's just test it. Tell me about the ACA, and let it tell you. It will search through this book. Oh, I think I didn't said that I agree you use the name, so it just still an untitled GPT. But yeah, after it's scaling, it's scanning the file, it give me what ACA is. But no, you may think that there's tons of information about US health policy knowledge, and without GPTs, without the textbook, it will also perform good. So because of this, I will do a tricky things. I will upload the email you received first time. It's the interest group's email. So I will ask when is the AI interest group starts, and what is the core principles. So then you can see that it's read our own file, because I swear you cannot find this contact from the internet, from the Bing search. So that's the unique things you can maybe future make perfect when the GPT store launch, because you upload your own knowledge and build your GPT, and people interact with your own knowledge. Then I also want to dive deeper into the instruction part. So now I would delete all of the instructions. They are created by GPT before when we make conversation with it. So, but by inputting your own instructions, there's where you are going to stand out. You only have your customized instructions that you could give on this page, and you have your own private data. Those two things are going to make you stand apart. So otherwise, anyone is going to be able to basically compete and copy your GPT at some point. And this book can be up to 8,000 characters limit. So you can give it plenty of custom instructions. That's what you want your personal tutor do and not do, and what its behavior is. So for a personal tutor, what I designed is here. Okay, yeah, so I'll give it a title, Understanding the US Health Policy from a master's student's perspective. And the objective is to gain a comprehensive understanding of the United States health policy framework, its historical evolution, current challenges, and future directions. And then I will input the student configuration. So the DeepSeek master levels in public health, and learning style is reflective and analytical. Communication style is formal and scholarly, and tone style is informative and neutral. And reasoning framework is deductive and casual, and language English. And for the curriculum outline, I asked GPT to create it for me, so I will not read it, but you can input the curriculum that it can teach. And then key functionalities, that's the key part for the personal tutor you want to behave. There's something in the chat. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah, no worries. I just answered.
Okay.
I think this is very possible.
Okay.
But you probably need to ask explicitly.
And then the key functionalities, like what I can image, like educational support. It provides explanations on US health policy, assist with understanding concepts and answer specific questions, and homework assistance, study and revision aids, feedback, interactive learning experience, case study analysis. Is like provide analysis of real world examples, highlighting key takeaways. And this such as these functions, because GPT can link to the Bing search, so it also can provide us. And the problem-solving enhancement offers solutions for complex multi-step issues with a logical and a structured approach. And like continuous knowledge update, recommended resources, final project guidance, empathetic response for mental health. And below are all templates that you can use for any like tutors. So offer the supportive and non-judgmental responses, guiding users to professional resources and unique sense of humor, incorporate humor to enhance engagement. And role-playing and storytelling assistant generate creative scenarios and characters for imaginative storytelling, and clarify queries, ask clarify questions for queries lacking detail to ensure precise responses, and industry-specific insights, deliver insights on applying specialized knowledge in practical context. And the last one, always refer to my own data set first. So by copy paste them to the information. Now our GPT would have a really advanced instruction. Let's say it's so let's then ask it again. But I'm not sure it will perform better because the question is just an easy question. Yeah, okay. So let's go to the next part. There's an option called action. So it allows the GPTs to use the third-party services to retrieve information or take actions. They are going to become what we call AI agent. So the agents could go and perform tasks to other web-like send email and Slack message in order to use this function. The server, OpenAI recommends in their develop day, it's the Zappler. So when you click add action, click import from URL, it's better for you to use the Zappler. And the Zappler actually is, you can just search Zappler in Google and click the ChatGPT and GPTs. It will navigate you to this website. And after get started, you can copy paste this one, the URL, and incorporate to this and click import. You don't need to do anything. The schema have a lot of it, or okay, have set up to you. And maybe sometimes the acceleration should be, but I think it will update it later. So for this actions, it will have two available actions. One is get information, and then post. It should post what you get to the third party. So when you click the Zappler AI action, the website is action.zappler.com/GPT/actions. And you first need to link it with your Gmail account. The Gmail account, I think it should be the same with your GPT account. The email account, I think it. And then you can click add new actions. So for this one, it can add a lot of actions. For example, I'll say Google, like Google Docs, and they'll have a lot of actions like upload documents, find the documents, create document from text, append text to documents, and Google Drive. There's a tons of actions. It actually have, from its website, I think it have mentioned about what it can link across 6,000 apps, over 20K searches. So using this, it can make your AI tutor have more function. Why my bar can't get up? Okay, so back for this one, for this talk, I will use two function, and I think maybe are most important for building an AI tutor is to create a document from text and send email, because create a document from text is after you do the interactive with GPTs, you can it can help you extract it the context and write it to a Google document, and ideally it will give you the document link, and then you also can send this Google document link through the Gmail using this function, and to anyone you want to send. Maybe it's the group member, you will do a teamwork, and maybe your human tutor. So let's take a look. So create a docs from text, the function you just need to choose like the document name. You can set a specific value. I just think it's tutor. You can also let AI guess, and document context, definitely let AI guess. And the folder, I use the default, but you can choose your own. And the action name is the important one, because that's what you need to incorporate with your GPT. So I would say it's create doc from text and click done. And for the send emails, it's my email address, and like from whom, I will say from Yuyi, and the subject is tutor, the email subject, and the body like AI figure, and CC, BCC, a signature, is all, and also the action name, I will say it's send email. So after setting all of this, what you need to do is to incorporate to your own GPT. Need to go back. So it's actually, you need to do it in the instruction part. But as I have already built one, we can take a look at this. We'll save some time. So that's totally the same. I upload the same file and write the same functions, but with the configuration link. We can take a look at it. So for this part, first you need to go back to the get started and copy paste all of this code from the Zappler and copy paste into below your instruction, and then change this one to your own link. So it's just use the template of calendar find event and Slack. So you can change all of them. The action is the name. If you remember, I said the name I created, create docs from text, and another one is send email. So this is the name. It should be the same. And the link, it's also easy to find. You can click create doc from text, and the link is just this one. And the link of sending email is this one. So you just copy paste it and integrate it to your instruction. And sometimes it will need some authorization, but for this one, I think it already gave me the authorization. Yes, so I don't need to do anything else. And you can test them through preview or through create. The advantage of test it through create is you can adjust it anytime. And but for preview, it's also okay. So like I tested, I ask it to explain what AC is in 100 words. Oh, because if it gives me a lot of words, the limitation of Zapier is the token they can deal with is limited. So if it have a lot of words, it will give you 2 separate Google documents. But 100 words it works. So it will copy this to Google Documents, and it will talk actions to Zapier, and you will set like allow Zapier to do something for you, and then it said arrow talking to, but actually I can't find the documents called tutors. It's just what it said. Then I asked it to email document to me, but I didn't specific what is my email address. So it said, okay, I processed the email documents. I needed the email address of the recipient, Yuyi, and the content of the email you'd like to send. So I just sent it my email address, another email address. So, okay, and thank you for providing the email address. So it said, you need to specify the content. I just said the documents you create, but it didn't remember it created the document. So finally, it sent the document to me, but without the attachments. But I believe maybe if without the Google document part, you can just ask them to send the chat conversation to you. That might work. So that's the advanced function I found in these GPTs. So after like you integrate all of these functions, you just click save and post the update. And for this one, for your own GPTs, you can actually update it, publish it only for yourself or anyone with the link or public. Okay, and at last, I want to show you another case I found. It's a AI English tutor made by, I don't know who, but I have tested, like more than 10 AI tutors, and this one is the best. So let's see, I asked him, can you quiz me on English vocabulary? He said, absolutely, let's have a vocabulary quiz. I'll provide a word and you need to choose the correct definition from the options given. Ready? Here we go. And the word ubiquitous. So I don't know what it is. I just randomly choose one. It's okay, good try, but the correct answer is B, present, appearing, or found everywhere. And it also showed explanation of it. And would you like to try another word? I say yes. So let's continue another vocabulary word. The next word is ephemeral. So this one I choose lasting for a very short time, and yes, it's right. So well done. It congratulates me. But I just asked him, can you give me 3 examples of how to use the word? He said, certainly. And here's the 3 sentences using the word as natural beauty. The ephemeral beauty of a cherry blossom is one of the reasons why spring is so celebrated in Japan. The blossoms bloom brightly but fade quickly. A beautiful example. So it gives quite good example. So now I'm really curious how the author create this GPT. So there's 2 prompts that you can ask to these personal GPTs. First, what's included in your knowledge base? The knowledge base is the files I upload. So it said, as English tutor, my knowledge base primarily focuses on the English language. This includes like why I know these 10 are the files name, because I also asked it to my GPT I created, and it gave me the 2 files name I upload. So it's grammar. It give build a English language tutor, or maybe the language tutor. It needs to give the grammar, vocabulary, reading comprehension, writing skills, pronunciation and spelling, conversational English for specific purpose, interactive quizzes and exercises, personalized feedback and grading, and cultural context. And I'm also greedy because I'm greedy about like I know your knowledge base, but I don't know your instruction is. So I ask again, what's your custom instructions? And it gave me the custom instruction. However, I asked the same question to my GPTs. I found that the custom instruction part is not 100% the same as what we input. So this is the one that, because I think maybe the tutor have like maybe 8,000 to 7,000 words, and the GPT will just summarize it. So it said the custom instruction teaching English language, provide interactive learning, progressive learning, personalized feedback and grading, adapt to learning needs, friendly and cordial approach. So, taking a look, this might give us some inspirations about how to build a language tutor. And this AI tutor for learning, knowledge base. Yeah. We can take a look at this. This is what I asked to my GPT. So you can see that this document, it's a really small document. So it give us a summary a detailed summary. But for the textbook, it's over 4,000 KB, and it's just said, while I don't have specific details about it, I will not summarize it. And I asked the custom instructions. It's just give me maybe 70% the same, but not all of them are the same. Then we know that these two prompts are actually powerful. So we can ask the same question to the the OpenAI official GPT. Then let's see what it have. Okay. My knowledge base is focused on board game and card game. This includes wide range of games from classic and popular titles to more obscure and specialized game. Here's a breakdown of areas covered and rules and gameplay strategy tips. And this, okay, and also ask what's your custom instructions? I think this one is more important because you can, learn from it and tailor how the official, OpenAI write it and tailor it to your own personal tutor building. So the instructions they write is explain game rules, provide clear and concise explanations of the rules for a wide range of board game and card games. Tailor the complexity of the explanation based on the user's experience level. So I think all of these instructions, we can adjust them and make it, to build our own tutoring, personal tutoring GPT. These prompts may work better than what we created. And then I also want to introduce some other one. This one? Yes. There's another AI tutor which I list in the last of the slides. It's called Mr. Reindeer. I found it's really powerful. So we can use the magic to combat magic. So I asked the GPTs, the AI tutor, to give me a prompt to learn US health policy for Master of Public Health students. I will use it to create a GPT. So I use the AI tutor to create prompt for me to create an AI tutor. So it gave me the prompts, the title, objective, student configuration, curriculum outline. That's what I adapt, and additional resources and final project. So for this one, and from the document it gives it in GitHub, it said you can copy paste this to the GPT-4 model. You don't need to build the GPTs. It will also work to make the GPT-4 work as an AI personal tutor. But I tried it, not work that well, but it worked well in its own GPTs. So I just type test. That's what it's the function it insert. So the test will, when it executing format text, and it give me the example problems, and problem analyze the impact of ACA on the uninsured rate in the United States, something like that, and step-by-step solution. And then it will give me some, let's test your knowledge because you already learned it. And it's question 1 is explain how the expansion of Medicaid under the ACA impact low-income families access to health care, and something. Give you these questions. So this one I think it's powerful, and you words to test it. And for its sister one, there's another called Mr. Reindeer Config Wizard. This is also powerful because you can use it to ask them one by one. It will guide you step by step how to build your own personal tutor. So like how to build my AI tutor is that, okay, what the languages you use? I use English. And what the deeps, like the students of excellent, the choice process enhancing detail deeps, at what education level would you like to learn Taylor? But I just didn't answer it master's student. I want to ask it how many words and how large GPT can vector database can analyze it. I think it have the strict structure, so it's ignore me and it's consistent ask me the same question. What's the student's level? So master. So it's just like that. It will help you to build your own GPTs one by one. So it's really powerful. And then it's some limitation of the GPTs. That's what's the same answer I asked for GPT-4. It's the GPT-4 answering this question also performed good. But it's different from the difference from this one and my own health policy master GPT is mine. It's based on the content in the textbook. So for real world application, if the students just wanted to learn it from to prepare for exam, using like GPT-4 to help them prepare, it may ask them to remember more out of the curriculum's knowledge. Yeah, and another one, yeah, and one of the limitation when you use your GPTs, it's one of them is the files size. This is the first aid Q&A. The first aid is the textbook for USmile. It's quite large, and Q&A is smaller than the FA's original book. It's 17,000 KB, but it didn't work. You could see that it didn't show anything. It just analyzed for 2 minutes and didn't show anything. So after that, when I test the policy book, and it's give me a good summarization of the first chapter. So then I asked it to summarize chapter 12. It's a lot of prompt. It all performs well, but one of the limitations I found is that it didn't show the result later. I don't know why, but no, last night I tested it, performs good. Yeah, so that's all of the presentation today. So if you have any question, you can feel free to ask me.
That's fantastic. I personally learned so much from your presentation. Thank you. So any questions for Yuyi? Anything that you need further clarification? Anything you want to contribute? It's time to unmute yourself.
I guess I don't have a question, but I just wanted to say this is very helpful because in the next year I'm going to be studying for the MCAT and it will be immensely helpful for that. So thank you.
Yeah, you are welcome.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So like you mentioned that you could also tell it to search for information online, but like how do you know that the information that it found was valid? Like if for the documents that you've uploaded, it's pretty obvious that it comes from like textbook, so you could trust the content. But if you instruct it to like get information elsewhere, like is there a way to confirm like the sources and stuff?
I'm sorry, but let me repeat your question. Is your question
Oh yeah. My
yeah.
question is just that like, is there a way for you to know like what information it get from the web? It's like, you know, it has a function to search online, right?
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, like, is there a way to like know what sources that it used?
Yes. When you use the if you use GPT-4, you will find that you can click the link. Like, what is the weather today in San Luis? So it will use the doing research with Bing, and it will search. So after it give you answer, you can click the link to the what it found.
Yeah. So I think part of the Jeremy's question is that if you you have a personal tutor, right, and then you ask a question about the ACA, so Jeremy want to know which part actually is based on the textbook, and which part is on like an internet search or just from the ChatGPT's internal database. Yeah, I think that's what he asked about.
Okay, so we can test it, but because I think when it showed the it showed that it's searching the knowledge, it was from the database. But when it showed that like the weather, it said using Bing, it's actually from the internet. And when it didn't search in orange, and it also didn't use the Bing, it just used the GPTs. So, but for searching knowledge, like the summarization, you let it summarize the chapter or give you some exam mimic questions. It's also it will integrate the GPT-4 and the context.
Yeah. So yeah, you can be very explicit in terms of if you really want to know, you can ask. You can maybe in the instruction you will say strictly based your answer strictly provide your answer based on the textbook I provide, right? And then later on when you ask a question, you make sure that this part is from the textbook. But if you want to ask additional things, you may be explicit saying, well, besides what is written in the textbook, based on your substantive knowledge, what else you want to say about it, or what are the most recent update regarding this policy? Then it's going to very likely either search through its internal database, basically what the data used to train the model, or it's going to search the internet. So you can be really explicit. So Yuyi, do you want to answer? I think Fun asked a question online, and then Kakata.
Okay, let me see. What is the difference between GPTs and vector database? So GPTs, so vector database can like integrate or can upload, maybe for like the first aid is like 200 MBs file. You can upload it to vector database. It's have no limit to the text tokenizations, the words, numbers. But for GPTs, as it integrates their own functionalities, like the ChatGPT, the GPT-4 model, and the Bing search and DALL-E, it was limited to its word size it can deal with.
Right. Yeah, and just adding to what you said, no, actually the GPTs are vector database. There's really no difference, in terms of the handling of the data. The GPT basically vectorized the textbook into a huge vector database. And then through similarity search, basically what you are doing is when you provide a prompt, your prompt is going to convert it into a vector. And then the vector is going to be compared with all the vectors in the vector database to see, what part of the vector database have the highest has the highest similarity. Think about a simple cosine similarity score or a propensity score, and then internally it's going to do a match. And so from this way, they're going to find out the vector that is most similar to the vector from your prompt, and then generate some text using that vector and give it back to you. So this is what actually GPTs are doing, right? And behind the hood, under the hood, which is the same as using an external vector database, for example, PyTorch that we talk about, right? But if you really want to build your own personal personal tutor in an unlimited fashion, meaning you want to have unlimited number of textbooks, you want to have unlimited number of databases fed into your personal tutor, then you should build your own. So that is ChatGPT give you very flexible way to build it, but it's for those who don't know much about programming, right? It's very flexible, it's convenient, but it has limitations, right? As we suggested, if the size is too big, then it can handle it because it has internal space allocated for the text you can upload. So there is a limit. But if you have your own architecture, for example, using PyTorch or using the haystack that we talk about in my deep learning class, then you have unlimited access to the data, right? And then you can build a bridge to use the GPT model to handle the data in the vector database. In that case, you can build the most flexible tutor you could ever have. But ChatGPT is great because it gives everyone a very convenient way to build the personal tutor. But no, there are definitely limitations there. Yeah, and Kakada, you have a question for Yuyi?
Yes. So I think my question is not really more about personal tutoring, but more about personal writing assistant, almost like a replica, say, of me.
Mhm.
I see how you build the GPT model yourself, giving specific instruction plus upload PDF text, right?
Mhm.
Imagine if I feed the model with my, let's say, 10 megabytes of my writing in Word file, right? And it's gonna learn about all that, right? I assume. And then I upload 10 articles on, say, aging issue in Cambodia. And then I give it a set of outline specifically asking it to pull the text from that 10 PDF I uploaded and then write me a paper based on my writing style, that article and the outline, right? I don't know how academically legal it is to do it, but then it's gonna be just me, because that's just ChatGPT based on my style, based on the article I gave it. So how, I think that my question is more about like ethical concern, and right now, is there any rule around doing that? Because I see that as a game changer. Right?
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. I have a friend that she just like, what do? She upload her advisor's paper, maybe 10 of her advisor's paper to GPT-4 and ask it to write at his advisor's tone, copy his advisor's writing skills to help her reverse her paper. And then GPT gave it to her, and she gave the paper to her advisor, and her advisor was satisfied with it. Wow, I don't need to change it, just my taste. So, but I think the content, the insight is yourself. So
Right. No, yes. So we are not lawyers, so none of us are lawyers, so we can't really give you any legal advice. So no, and it's really I would say a complex issue. Like no one, no, even lawyers working in this field of AI, they probably won't give you a definitive answer because it really depends, and a lot of lawsuits around that. So I would say, no, be careful. No, if the journal or editor specifically said, no, you can't really use any AI devices, then don't use it, right? Or other journal may say you have to acknowledge if you use any AI. It's permissive, but you have to declare. If that's the case, just declare that you use AI for what, right? Revising an article, writing in your style, or correcting grammatical mistakes or whatever, right? No, we just need to be explicit. Otherwise, no, we may end into trouble, right? So another thing I want to mention, thanks for Kakada, you remind us that no, when you upload your files, make sure they don't have the copyright issues, right? Otherwise, we may also end up in some situation regarding copyright breaching, etc. Right? We need to be careful about that as well, and definitely do not upload anything that is regarding privacy, right? Data privacy, those confidential data. There is actually at WashU, you now can have access to the WashU HIPAA compliant the sandbox of ChatGPT. So if you have confidential data, then you can upload there because that is protected by the HIPAA. But no, please do not send any of personal information or any else and information into ChatGPT because that has legal consequences. Okay. And also regarding kind of your question about really mimicking the way that ChatGPT try to understand your tone. So here we understand two things, right? So what you show here, the ChatGPT are not really learning anything, right? It's not a learning process. The ChatGPT is just try to understand what you want and provide in the based on your request. So it is called prompting, but not learning. So when you talk about sending 10 papers to give the machine are not learning anything. The machine is just mimicking the style. Really, when the machine learns, in the machine learning sense, is when we train the model or when we fine tune the model, we change the inner parameters of the model. And in this case, we call it fine tuning, right? The model. In this case, the machine are really learning. So we provide a textbook to machine, but actually machine doesn't learn at all. The machine just try to extract information like Google, right? Google doesn't learn the internet. Google just try to grab information from the internet. So that is a huge difference, right? So when you talk about really learning, we are either train a model from scratch or we are fine-tuning the model. So we are optimizing the parameters in the model. So that is very different than what you represent here regarding vector databases. They are two different concepts. Okay, any other questions, comments? Okay, so you do have other things to say about the ChatGPTs?
I will send my link, and if you want to test, you can click it to test it. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Well,
definitely, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Since no one is asking question, I just want to say I started to feel like you see, before we have Stata, before we have SPSS, before we have R, we need to do everything manually. Right, we need to run. You can ask professors from 40 years ago who did their PhD 40 years ago, and they might be telling you they done all the calculation by hand. Then they went to the library and sit down in the library hours, scroll through all of those pages of text physically. And now we hit a point where we have all of those software packages, and now we even hit a point where we have ChatGPT. I don't know. Like this question is more like a future implication of how this tool is gonna help us. you know, and let's say we can't use the tool to its maximum capacity, meaning what I have described is still not ethically legal or academically acceptable, then what's the point of all of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just a comment, but
Right. I think you make the point. Think about the technological adaptation in the society is a lot slower than the technological advancement, right? Usually we see a 17-year delay in technological acceptance in the society. So you very much you've seen here that the regulations are behind, right? Regulators don't know much about AI and don't really foresee the potential of it. Well, it just take years for society to understand the technology and try to make sense of it. So yeah, we are in the muddy water because we don't have a lot of guidance. It's a new route, as you said. For the first time, we can communicate with the machine intellectually using our language rather than the machine's language. And I would say this is just the beginning. So probably the majority of you may agree that although we have fantastic technology today, but the future probably look brighter than today. So now you can instruct the data to write maybe a function for you, but it cannot create an entire app for you, right? Because there are many steps to go through to create an app. That in the logic, we still need to, as a human, to provide the logic, although we can consult with the machine to make the logic probably flow better or more efficient. But still, there's need some human supervision, and a lot of code written by machine are not that good, right? Either that doesn't work at all, or may have not really efficient, right? So maybe I would say in the next 2 or 3 years, we will be able to tell the machine the larger picture, and machine is going to do this, little details together and make the logic work, right? I would say, build a website on health policy, showing this and that, and it's going to create it. And so you need minimal supervision, technological supervision, and machine understands the logic, right? I would say that is coming. May not be today, may not be tomorrow, but I foresee that's going to come probably in the next few years, right? And then, of course, when the society see that, there's going to be more acceptance. So there's always a fight. If we go too fast, then there are a lot of legal issues, ethical issues that we need to address. It's a constant battle, I would say. Yeah. But great comments. Any other comments from the audience before we end today's meeting? So I just want to say that thank you, Yuyi, for the fantastic presentation. It's very useful with no programming, no coding at all. You show all these fantastic tools we can utilize, right, to make our life easier and better and learn more quickly and more efficiently and precisely. And we will not meet in 2 weeks. Okay, so we'll be traveling, and many of you probably are doing something else, probably more important than our AI interest group. I know you all love AI, but sometimes you need to have a break, and we need to have a break. But we will come back in the new semester. So we will announce a new time when we can win by the start, probably 1 or 2 weeks after the new semester starts. And then we will start a new learning journey, a new semester in front of us, the spring 2024, that we are going to convene and we are going to learn AI together. Okay, and then I will probably ask some of you to prepare for presentations. If you are interested in doing a presentation, you have an exciting topic that Yuyi and me know, so we'll hook you up with a date so that you can do your own presentations, right? We are really flexible. We are, if you don't have a topic, I'll provide some. Otherwise, we are more willing to listen to what you want to say. Okay, so that's all we want to talk about. Thank you, Yuyi, for your effort, and thank you everyone for coming. So if we do not see you again before the new year, happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2024. Bye, everyone.
Bye.